immediately some of them recognized I knew what I was talking about. Like when I spoke, it was like, okay, he's got some kind of knowledge. I could back up anything I say against his crew. This one kid was talking about how Dr. Doom went to the source wall and he met everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
Right there. See? Right there.
Man, welcome back. Welcome for the first time. I hadn't said that in a while. But it's been a good week. It has been a grand week when it comes to superhero movies, nerd cultural movies. It's been a great week. So I want to welcome to the panel. Platinum Rob, what's going on, man?
Not much. It's been a good day until we'll talk about it more when we get to the games, but Division had an update, and I just spent 2 hours doing it, and we got to the end boss, and it glitched out.
Oh, no.
So I hate that crap. So, yeah.
Gotta love the server-based games, man.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. QP, what is going on, my man?
Yo, everything is great. I had to think about it real quick, but yeah, everything's great.
Wonderful.
Can't wait to talk some Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And some things are still moving around.
I dig it.
But everything's good. Son graduated today. Looked at a house today.
What? Whoa, pause. Looked at a house.
Yeah. So hopefully my background will change when we do these. So I can finally unpack all my comic stuff because,
man,
it got crowded in here quick over like 5 years. All these kids, I don't know where
they
came
you do.
from.
Yeah, you do know where they came from.
Being responsible.
Yeah. You're thinking that your count's 5, but it's 4. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else? Okay. Let's hear that. But, man, listen, good vibes to you, man. I hope everything goes good on the house, man. That's good shit.
Appreciate
Mike Jones. Welcome,
What up?
sir. Living the dream.
Oh, yeah, outstanding. Having a good time. Work, school, work. Just doing all right.
Cussing out 20-year-olds because they don't know how to talk about comics.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was I would say exciting. It was interesting. But like I was telling them off mic, you realize how old you are when you're in a bunch of teenagers, 20-year-olds. You really
listen. Let's let the audience, let the listeners know exactly what we're referencing, if you don't mind.
What happened is my part-time gig with my college is I work in the computer lab, and there's a bunch of 20-year-olds in there. I'm literally like the oldest 2 guys in there, one retired Army guy and me. But he's got to be my age, 50 or 48 or 49. And these young kids, he just sits and ignores the shit out of all of them unless he's talking about sports. But this particular day they got on comic book movies and stuff, and it was just like comic books. They were just trying to say stuff, and they were saying stuff all ass backwards and wrong. And I'm trying to ignore it, but I had to eventually just let loose on them and just talk to them. By the end of it, I had them asking me questions. So how did this work? This work? But it got to a point where I was just feeling older and older. Because they would say things like, that was a long time ago. I know when it came out, and it was like Spider-Verse. It was like, that was 2 years ago, you son of a bitch. Stop it. Yeah. It just really, their perspective is just a lot different. Like I told them earlier, it just makes your joints hurt just talking to them. You're just sitting there hurting in pain for no reason.
So,
but it was,
were they talking like they knew what they were talking about, or were they discussing stuff?
Both. One kid, he immediately some of them recognized I knew what I was talking about. Like when I spoke, it was like, okay, he's got some kind of knowledge. I could back up anything I say against his crew. This one kid was talking about how Dr. Doom went to the source wall and he met everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
Right there. See? Right there. He went, and I heard that this is the kid, he sits in the front of the room. I sit in the very last row. I was like, Dr. Doom went to the source wall?
What else did he say?
I can't remember step by step.
I want to check your sources on that.
It was a lot, man. Next time something go on, I call you. You can just got to put your own mic. But
what he might have been referencing is that there is there's a comp.
Yeah,
There's a
there
where they
is.
show the source wall, and then there's like
Everybody's
Yeah.
hand
Character-
hanging out. Yeah.
no, there's a
You know,
one of the
Doom
creatures
is
in the
stuck on the
source wall
wall.
looks like Doctor Doom.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a
Well,
Galactus in there too.
I thought you were referencing the Justice League Avengers crossover. He was stuck
Mhm.
in there. In
It's
the source
possible,
wall.
but I'm pretty sure he didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Listen, if
No,
they're 20
no,
years
no,
old
no,
and
no,
they're talking about a
yeah.
comic that's 22 years old, I really doubt that the kid knows exactly what the hell he's talking about.
They haven't read him. Somebody told them about him at the best, and then they were repeating or regurgitating what they heard and at best. So
Unfortunately, Mike, they are your responsibility. 'Cause
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
them. As
You're the
the
old
comic
head now,
dude,
man. You got school.
Yeah.
Well, just as the comic
Yeah.
dude, like if they're under your, you got to set them
I help
straight.
them. Yeah,
You gotta
You
take
got
them under
to.
your wing.
they help. They help me.
Like
I help them.
Like I recently failed. I failed my friend Damon. He had never seen Into the Spider-Verse, the first one, and I'm like, what? And I was about to berate him, and then I realized, you know what? That's my fault. Like it's totally my fault, and I take responsibility for that. I don't know how you ain't see that movie. I really don't. He's got a daughter, and it's child friendly and everything. But in the end, it was a great movie.
Yeah, the
It
first
was.
one, the Into the Spider-Verse is great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Mr. Snacks himself.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you couldn't tell, he has a gigantic bag of snacks that he laid up the
Yeah.
applesauce tonight, and he's on some.
Some flaming hot munchies.
Yeah,
Figure I'll keep it healthy. They got sun chips in them.
yeah. Keep
And
telling
I'll
yourself
take some.
that.
I'll drink some alkaline water behind it.
Mm.
You know, you gotta keep it healthy.
Yeah.
Thought you were choosing sodium instead of diabetes.
Oh man, heart attack or stroke? It doesn't.
Hey, you gotta go when you gotta go.
Mm-hmm. As he takes another bite.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Rob.
Whenever they do the autopsy, they get a whiff of flaming hot goodness.
What was the drink you had? That it was a
like
fruity
strawberry
drink you had,
Fanta
like a
or
couple-
something like that.
Oh yeah, strawberry
yeah,
Fanta.
strawberry. Yeah. Yo, Fanta is the devil.
Alright.
Okay, it might as well be like a bag of sugar and food, red food dye or whatever.
That's that
color
Nazi
drink is.
drink, that Nazi soda.
Fanta's like Kool-Aid on steroids.
Yeah,
Extra
it
sugar.
is.
Mhm.
Got that crunchy Kool-Aid.
I think I got orange Fanta in the fridge now.
Don't do that.
You got to chilled for later.
Like champagne or
Right?
some white wine.
Mhm.
You need to eat dinner. What you need to do. Snacking.
Content look
Just
on his
happy.
face.
Look at
Oh, testing the mic.
tested
Yeah, we-
Mike. Tested Mike, not the Mike, but tested Mike. He's like,
Tested me?
smack. You said smacking and eating.
No,
Oh.
microphone.
Anyway, listen. This week we're gonna jump straight into a review of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Man, wow! I'll lead. It was amazing. Loved it. Took the family, and besides the price of all the tickets, quick pause. Shout out to Rob because you got like a Groupon deal on your tickets, man. Because you got,
Oh, for real?
was it Rob? Rob got great tickets.
Yeah, I think that was a matinee
Oh, okay.
by the time that we got into it.
Okay.
It was just right before the matinee hit because we had, I think, a 4:30 showing.
That's good. That's good prices. But the movie was amazing. I loved it. Not a hole. There are a few holes that I want to figure out, but overall it was amazing flick. Love the soundtrack. Love the voice acting. The only thing that I didn't like about the movie was I couldn't hear half the dialogue because of the background music and the vocals were kind of, the mixing was kind of weird. But I loved it. Like I said, animation was great. Characters were really good. I loved how they fleshed out 2099. Can't remember his name. Saved my life right now.
Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, he was damaged, but overall great. Who wants to follow up, man? Who wants to let me know how they feel?
Oh yeah, I thought it was good. Kids loved it. I heard there was over 1,000 animators that worked on it.
Really?
So that's kind of ridiculous.
And they got paid $1,000.
Right? They got paid $1,000 each, or $100 each. And they didn't pay those dudes. And apparently the hours were still long and ridiculous, even with that many people working on it.
Yeah, it's a Sony film, so they probably did get paid. They probably really got paid. So
Yeah, it's not an MCU film, so they might treat him right.
They probably got real paid. So
Yeah, but I mean, visually it was dope. Soundtrack was awesome. Everything was good.
dig it, Rob. What do you think, man?
Oh wait, one more thing.
Well, yeah.
One more.
Chips.
I haven't seen it yet. I plan on seeing it tomorrow. So.
Oh. I hate you. I hate you so much. Wakanda forever. I hate you. All right, Rob. Give me some real feedback on this, man.
Yeah, I thought it was great, honestly. From what you're saying about the sound, I only had a small part at the beginning with Gwen's little monologue when she was going through what she's been going through. That was really quiet, but I was perfectly fine with everything else in the movie. Maybe we just got a better mix. I don't know. I couldn't understand half of the things that Spider-Punk was saying, though. He was so damn British. Couldn't barely understand anything he was saying. But when he was popping off of one-liners, that was pretty funny, though. Yeah. Like, he would just kind of say something in the background because he's all anti-establishment. You see that big, like, warping hole in the ground. He's like, oh, that's a metaphor for capitalism.
Yeah.
But his character was great. I like the way he was designed, too. And speaking of, like, the animators, you can tell, like, there were hundreds of different styles applied to each character. Mm-hmm. And that was very unique. Like Gwen's was all emotional and watercolors. When you went to Spider-Punk, he's all, Sex Pistols cover, all cutouts from magazines.
I thought Sex Pistols and Dead
Then you got the you got the YouTuber doing his Lego scene because they saw him do a really cool one and he went viral, so they hired him. Yeah, overall, just scores and scores and scores of callbacks. Like, I think every Spider-Man was called back, or at least shown. Even there was a Tom Holland suit. He didn't say anything, but there was a Tom Holland suited Spider-Man in that.
In the gallery, in the lobby.
Yeah, because that whole thing was what happened to Miguel's universe, right? He turned it into that fortress where he summoned everybody. Yeah, but yeah, no, overall great. I knew it was going to be a cliffhanger, so I was prepared for that. The part at the end when they were trying to trick us by him going to, he thought he was going back home, but he was actually in the home of the spider. If you were looking at the computer, you knew he was in the wrong universe, but they kind of played it like they were going to trick you.
Yeah.
But
what was on the computer?
Yeah, that was the only thing that was obvious. Everything else was really great.
No, why the computer?
It was only on the screen for like a second. When he was getting teleported back, it showed Universe 42, which was the universe that his spider came from. If you weren't looking at that, then you would have thought he was going back to his original, whatever it was, 1610 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. But also, I noticed after the fact when they were going back and forth, his mom in Earth 42 has green eyes, and his mom on 1610 had brown eyes. I didn't put that together until they flashed back to 1610. I was like, wow. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, man. Quincy, what's up, man? What do you think? What's your up and down?
I was really impressed. The word masterpiece floated around in my head watching it. I was really happy with the movie. Story was strong. Animation, I wasn't sure until I watched the movie, the first movie again on Sunday. The animation actually got better, and the first movie was really good, but they took it up another notch here. I had mentioned this, in one movie they did what Marvel couldn't do with a whole phase, which was give us a very good multiverse story that wasn't just bringing up characters for nostalgia moments, but was pushing a story, and actually callbacks to the first movie were kind of highlighted, and it made sense and showed relevance in the second movie. Like, I thought it was really good, like really, really good. I did have issues with mine with Gwen's part, but like Rob said, I was good for the rest of it. There was something else I wanted to mention. I totally forgot, but it was great. It really was. I can't emphasize that enough, how good that movie was, and was happy for that. It almost I think I may start reading Spider-Man comic books again. I stopped. I was heavy in Spider-Man when I was younger, but I just got away from him. I just never came back really, but it was really, really good. Wondering what they'll do for the third one. A friend of mine at work said, "Oh, they showed every Spider-Man." I was like, "Yeah, they showed all the heroic ones." I'll be curious if they showed any of the villainous ones on the third one because some of those are kind of scary.
Spiders,
but,
man.
Yeah, Spiders, man.
That's the one I'm waiting for.
And was that the one that impregnated Mary Jane with the eggs?
That's the one that the
Was it?
spiders ate Peter
Oh,
Parker
yeah.
and they took his personality.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the spiders, man.
Okay, yeah. So like, it's some of them are just like really nasty. I don't know if they want to put them in there, but yeah, I had no complaints. Really don't. Fantastic movie, masterpiece.
Ooh. You heard it, people. Masterpiece. I like that. Mike, what are your thoughts, man?
I don't disagree with anything anybody said. I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't have any audio problems. At least I didn't notice it. I was locked in. It was just a great film from front to back. I only kind of nag I had. It was so many callbacks and so many. It was kind of hard to keep up. I feel like I need to watch it again to see everything. It was one scene where I felt like it was showing like the video game character from Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, and there was still something else going on in the background that somebody else beside me saw that I didn't see something looking at this guy because it's so much. It was so many callbacks. Other than that, that's the only small nag. I mean, I still think it's a great film. I'm proud to be a Spider-Man fan. I'm proud. I like Quincy. I quit, but I came back to it a couple of years back. I've been reading Miles since forever. I've read pretty much all his solo stories. So I really enjoyed the movie. There's no bad things to say. I was kind of, there's nothing to say. The Spider-Punk, I saw the comic on the shelf. I never read it, but I think I might at least pick up one or two now to see, what the character's like there. I guess him and Gwen were having some kind of growing up relationship. She leaving toothbrushes over the house.
They were entangled.
They're entangled. They having sleepovers, so Miles need to get ready. But I really did enjoy the film. There's nothing bad I really got to say about that movie other than the little nick that I had. It was a great film. Who was Miguel O'Hara seemed just a little bit over top for me, but
that was going to be my question for you because you're a big Miguel O'Hara fan.
Yeah, he was a little over the top for me. Really aggressive, but I mean, every story had to have like like Ike Turner said, a bad guy. So I guess that was his time, but I think it's going to come around.
Do you believe him?
I believe.
Do you believe his story? Like everything? I don't. The whole thing with the canon events and like the whole story, like I don't know, like maybe I'm just being suspicious. I don't know if I really believe what he's saying because of what you're saying. Like he was very aggressive. I don't remember him like this at all.
He was never like this. He was never this aggressive in any of his comics. He was never this aggressive. So it's like,
and is he a vampire?
He's got some kind of ability with being the spider bite. I don't remember. I haven't. They've been so long. Even the most recent comics haven't touched on that kind of ability. So we going way back to the 90s. I really don't know. I'd have to reread and see.
Because he got those fangs. I was about to bite somebody.
Right.
Yeah, he was about to bite somebody. Yeah.
Like, whoa, maybe. I honestly don't remember. And I, like the last Spider-Man 2099 comic I read, when he got the new suit, none of that came out. But I did remember him having some kind of fangs. I don't remember him biting anybody. But when there was a little callback to Rick Leonardi, who was the original artist. That made me holler. I remember Leonardi drawing Miguel with fangs, but I don't remember if he ever bit anybody. I do remember seeing it. Because he didn't stick with any kind of kinetic energy. His Spider-Man had claws. They had tiny little claws in his fingers, and he would use them to fight sometimes too. So
he was ripping at people. I remember,
so,
like tearing them up.
So we'd have to go back and do some research on that one. But it was a great film. I got nothing bad to say about it. It's probably my favorite film that I saw this summer of all the movies we watched.
Yeah.
Ain't no problem. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I like that above all the ones I've seen.
I agree.
Me too.
I agree. Better than Guardians.
Yeah,
Better
Yeah.
than Guardians.
it's definitely up there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
What did you guys think about the Dennis or the Donald Glover?
Loved it.
Yeah, especially considering Miles Morales is basically designed off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Pat,
To have
shut
him,
up.
this is the MCU one too, right? Because this is the Prowler.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yep.
that was great. The only live character in the whole movie, and he was supposed to be there. And I
No,
really
he had
thought
the
that
lady,
was-
the lady from Venom. She was in it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mrs. Chen.
The lady from the bodega, she was in it.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
And they showed shots from Andrew's movie when they were going over the Captain Stacy's
Mhm.
dying, and
They showed
This is
the first
really
Uncle Ben
good.
dying too.
yes,
Watching all
yes.
the
Insomniac
Bens
Spider-Man
die.
was in
Watching all
there.
the Bens die was like this is just too much on me right now. This is just too much. They're all lined up in a row. It's like, golly, that was terrible.
Now, is the Peter from this that had Mayday the baby? Is that supposed to be Peter for not Tom, Tobey Maguire Peter? I mean, he did the Venom dance and he showed him dancing.
I think it was just one of those things where in multiple universe they happen to
Got
do
it.
the same thing. That's all.
He was
Because that Spider-Man that actually was dancing was the one that Chris Pine was voicing, the one that died when he was doing his voiceover in the beginning. He had mentioned that he had done those things, and because he had the blonde.
Oh, that
hair,
wasn't
and,
wasn't the Peter that trained, and that was the one that died.
No, that was
okay.
no, not what's his name? Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker is the one
was,
that died. It was Chris
yeah.
Pine's voice.
No, Peter B.
Peter A.
Parker is the one. Yeah, he's the one with the baby.
Gotcha. I love that character. He was one of my
Yeah.
favorite ones because he was domestic dad. He had the robe on and the baby carrier and the slippers. And
With
Yeah,
the
he's,
baby with the knitted Spider-Man mask.
hell yeah.
the guy who does his voice. I'm a fan of his. Jake Johnson, and he was in New Girl. He's very funny, and he comes across funny in the movie too. So I'm a fan. Also, was glad he was back. I was almost worried he wasn't in it.
I really liked the Scarlet Spider in this one too. The way he monologues and talks like his thought bubbles are out loud.
Yeah,
That was really funny. I always like the design of that suit too. His like the red with the hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I also liked him when he was actually Spider-Man. I like that suit that they had where the it was like a Venom.
that was Ben Riley, right? He was
Yeah.
the
He was
clone.
the clone.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was the clone. Yeah, I really liked his designs, but the way they did him and Andy Samberg playing his voice was really funny in this one.
He was really jacked. He was like, "There's something on the wall, so I'm gonna look this way." That's great. It was
The little comic book bubbles too, like when they were doing like the translations or whatever. I can't say enough. It was just really good.
Yeah, they did the
It's really
what
good.
was it, the Hammer Zone editorial note at the bottom of the screen too,
Mhm.
which was good.
Mhm. And they did a couple for Robbie. What was it? Scooby Doo. It was something that he said, and they told you what it meant down at the bottom there. So I dug it. The live action comic book look. I dug it.
my boys lost it whenever there was a spider Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I saw it on the cover of a comic. I didn't pick it up, but I saw that. I said, Spider T-Rex? Okay, I'm gone. I'm going home. But maybe I should have bought that book. I'm sure it shot
That's
up for the
when-
weekend.
Yeah, that's when my boys
Mhm.
lost. They were like, "It's a T-Rex." I said, "Oh my gosh, you're in heaven now." It was great. There's a couple of volume issues, like I said, with Gwen, and I experienced one with Miguel when he was giving one of his speeches. But overall,
Mhm.
it was great. I loved how they fleshed out the whole family. They had a really good thing going on, and it was good to see his uncle back. And then, the comparison. There was a meme made about the comparison of the boys of Boondocks, and then Miles in the two different universes, one with the braids and one with the afro.
Yeah,
It was good
yeah,
stuff. But man, overall, my grade, I'm going to give it an A+. I can't say anything bad about it. The audio wasn't their fault. That's all the theater stuff. But well, in my opinion, it may be a mixing problem with the stuff they came in, but A+ for me.
I'm going to A+ and give it the rare masterpiece stamp. I really saw nothing wrong with this movie. I'm shocked when a movie is actually presenting a great story, actually picking up storylines from the previous movie. Because I'm not gonna go too much into it tonight because I'm in a good mood. Some people just don't acknowledge what happens in other movies, even their own, and just do whatever. This is the king of the Spider-Man movies. This is two in a row for me as far as comic book movies this year. So, you know, uh, we'll see what happens with Transformers and Flash, of course, and Blue Beetles in August. I don't know what's going on in July, but let's keep it going. Very good.
All right.
A++.
A+. Yeah.
Shut up, Jay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, man.
Get us in the chat. Rob.
Getting on here sounding like Trump.
I'll give it an A.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was going to give it an A+, but I'm going to have the caveat that if they don't stick the landing with the second one, it might lower the score. Because with they're leaving a cliffhanger like this, if they screw up that ending, then it taints the other movie as well.
75%.
So would that
75% of my theater went, what the? At the very end of the movie, including my family.
I was one of them people too because I had no idea it was a cliffhanger. I had no idea it was a part of it. It was going to be a sequel. I was like, well, what?
The music, the situation. I'm like, there's not enough time. Like this is.
I was thinking that shit too. Like, man, I know they're not
idea.
getting ready to go to something else. I haven't been here all day. Look now.
When they revealed he was in the wrong dimension, I'm like, this isn't ending. This isn't ramping up in the next couple minutes. And that's
I heard
fine.
somebody when we were walking out. I heard somebody was like, apparently they don't watch Marvel movies because there's a post credit scene, and I just looked over my shoulder, and I just kept on walking. I was like, don't make me cuss you out right now.
Yeah, for the first time, I was one of the first people to leave.
Oh, I was
the credits out.
I watched
I
a little
out.
bit of like just to see because it was the scenes itself were pretty cool, but yeah, I was like, I can leave. I ain't gotta stay.
Yeah.
At least we only have to wait till March, not 5 years.
Oh yeah, March of 24th.
I read that the strike might affect that. Like, I saw March too, and then there was like they're not sure because what's the girl's name? Hawkeye, Gwen.
Oh,
Haley. What's her name? Haley.
Haley Stansfield.
Yeah. Nothing's been recorded yet.
Oh, she's the one who played Gwen. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mike, great.
It just means they can't do any rewrites.
Right. I was gonna give it just a but I'm gonna give it an A+ just for not having an end credit scene. I'm gonna give it that plus. It was good. It was really good. Hell, even Rio was sexy. Started getting sexy toward the end. Like, damn, they drawing her too damn sexy. But
Rio?
huh?
Yeah, his mom.
His
Mama
Rio,
Morales.
Yeah. He was in there.
Shit, she was grown.
He's like, I'll take care of Miles and Universe 42.
Come here, son. But it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I remembered. In this movie, they referred to the MCU not as 616.
Yeah.
Somebody's got it wrong.
Right now, I'm gonna trust Sony.
Somebody's
I'm trusting Sony.
Sony's always made great Spider-Man movies to me. I mean, they've made, to me, the Sony movies are better than the Marvel movies. Like I've said a million times, I never liked the Uncle Tony Stark thing. I never liked it being so dependent on Stark Tech. But the Sony movies are always a bit better to me. So they're consistent.
Even Spider-Man 3 has been better than all the Holland movies?
I've never been a fan of just run around and Tom Holland. He's the movies is he does. He's my least favorite Spider-Man. He really is. Yeah, he is. He's just
All right.
No argument here.
No.
He wasn't terrible. Just wasn't
right. He's not bad, but I don't like how Garfield is getting the label of being getting aimed like he's the worst, and by far he wasn't.
No. It was what was around him, especially the second one. First one was great. That was a good movie. The second
Yeah.
one,
He's
you
a
know,
great
they were
great
so
Spider-Man in bad movies.
yeah, yeah. They were so concerned with launching that Sinister Six, they kind of didn't put a good movie around him in that second one, and it was painfully long. That was a long ass movie.
And like it felt like the whole thing was rebooted just so they could add web shooters. It was no and add Gwen Stacy. There was no real reason for that movie to be rebooted. That series, they could just made a fourth movie and moved on. Yeah, but they did what they did. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed him, I should say. I enjoyed not Tom. What's the guy we just said? Garfield. Yeah.
Garfield.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. All right, man. Changing gears, going to Game Fest. Summer Game Fest recently dropped a whole bunch of good info. Rob, I'm gonna let you spearhead this one, man. You have the most info out of all of us, I believe.
So I'm gonna start off the day before Games Fest on Wednesday because there were two showcases, then both of them pissed me off. So the first one was for Monster Hunter Rise. They were putting out their last update for the Switch version, which came out the day after, which came out on Games Fest Day. But what they announced is that the people who are on the new consoles, to which the game came out earlier this year, that we're not going to get that final update until the end of August. So we have to sit and wait and not do anything new until then because we have everything else. So that kind of sucks. And then we got the Division one where they have stopped doing their seasonal. Well, they stopped their seasonal model and reset it to a yearly model. So now we're year 5, season 1. We have a whole new track, a whole new new gear sets, a whole bunch of new stuff, a whole new mode, which is the one I spoke about this morning, or not this morning, earlier in the pod. It is a simulator where you clear out rooms, and every room you can add a talent to so you can end up being extremely overpowered by the end. But that's the one that kind of glitched out on us there at the end. And then also after they announced that show, that next day it was supposed to come out. But because of a bunch of issues with their servers, the game was unplayable for 24 hours when they were supposed to be updated. Let's see. As for Games Fest, there was kind of a few notable announcements, I would say. I know people are pretty hyped for Mortal Kombat. It seems pretty like bog standard of what they've been putting out the last few games. It's going to have their crazy story and their over the top violent. I mean the fatalities look pretty gruesome on since those are going to be on current gen, the Unreal 5, blood and gore and just bits flying everywhere. That's going to be cool. It looks like the damage the characters sustain is permanent through the fight too this time, so that's pretty cool as well. See, I know Lou went to get water, but Alan Wake, I'm not sure. I've never played it. Have you played Alan Wake, Lou?
I have not. I saw the
It's
part
not what
2.
I'm familiar with, but it's a Stephen King style thriller, right?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it, and it has like a Resident Evil vibe, type of joint, which I love because Ari was always one of my favorites. I've never played Alan Wake though. Never have.
Okay. Yeah. Just another horror game basically in my in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We got the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trilogy that they're milking the shit out of everybody with. I'll wait until that comes in a bundle. I'm not too worried about it. Spider-Man looks good though.
October release on that one.
Yeah, and they're also saying that this isn't Eddie Brock. This isn't a Venom that's from the comics. This is another person who's Venom. So it might be somebody that from either the Miles game or the Spider-Man game from the first one who's going to end up becoming Venom. So they're going original on that one. Let's see. There's going to be another Yakuza game. I don't know if anybody's ever played those.
Not a big Yakuza fan.
Yeah, I know they released a new Prince of Persia game, and it looks like Prince of Fortnite. Honestly, we got some hipster ass 2D side scroll in Prince of Persia. I know a friend of mine is really a big fan of that, but when he saw that, he's like, "Okay, well, I'm not playing that anymore." They released out of nowhere a Path of Exiles 2, which is almost the exact same game as Diablo. Basically, your top down hack and slash loot game. Yeah, but it came out of nowhere, so people were surprised about that one. They released some footage about that, so I think they probably did that because Diablo had a pretty successful launch, so they want to kind of, ride the coattails a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, we got Nicolas Cage on stage talking about his role in Dead by Daylight. So he voiced like every part of the character that's going to be in the game, and he's going to be one of the survivors. People were hoping he would be one of the killers, which would be funny too, of him coming at you being all crazed, since he's really good at that.
He's good at crazy.
They released a trailer for Witcher Season 3, and nobody cares.
Nobody. No. Yeah, because that's going to crap. That whole series is going to crap, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the examples of these new writers, and there's some of them that don't get sympathy from me being on strike. No, I know they definitely want what they want, but if you're gonna force out a person just because he knows more about the lore than you guys do, and you have a specific way you want to tell a story, but you don't want to listen to the person who knows the lore, yeah, you're gonna
suck at it.
Yeah, you're gonna find. Transformers are coming to Fortnite. Yay!
my son. Sorry, my 8-year-old son is playing Fortnite now, and he asked me. He said, "Dad, can I have $20 for some V-Bucks to buy a new Transformer skin?" And I was like, "No, you cannot." I said, "If you want to wash some, dishes and cut the grass, you can earn $20." I said, "But I'm not giving you 20 of my dollars to spend on Fortnite. It's not going to happen."
Not for some digital content that's going to be deleted when the game is over.
Exactly.
Those 20-year-olds I work with, when they watched this in the lab, when they saw the Transformers in Fortnite, they hollered. It was great for them. I was looking like, yeah, sure, but it was like, oh God, sure, all right, whatever.
So, I do not understand the popularity of that.
Not
game,
at all.
To be honest.
I don't either.
We're too old. We just ain't in
my
that
little dude loves Fortnite.
So does
I don't
mine.
know how it happened. I didn't guide him to it. I didn't try to guide him towards it. He just found it and he just loved it.
They loved it.
I guess it's not for us.
It's
I guess that's
that
old
bright,
fogies.
shiny, cartoony colors.
That's old fogies aren't meant to.
I bought the comics, the little Fortnite Marvel crossover. I bought all 4 of those. 2 copies, one for me, one for my son. I ain't read them. I bagged them up, put them in the box, but but I got them.
Jeez.
Let's see. There's going to be a new Star Trek game coming out. I don't know if any of you guys ever played Stellaris. Have you ever heard of that?
I know you. And
what about the game Civilization? Have you ever played that?
I've heard of it, but never played it.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it's basically like Stellaris is a space style sim game, basically.
Build your empire, kind of.
Yeah, like Age of Empires, but in space. But this is going to be a Star Trek version of that, basically. I'm thinking.
Why can't they do any exciting games with Star Trek? Like it always has to.
I know
be
it's either Telltale or the online game or mobile games.
There's enough action in Star Trek to do something decent.
It's got to be. You know how much buffer room you have to store people? You never die. Put it in a transporter buffer. You can just respawn from right there.
Let's see. I know Tosh wanted me to mention
Death shouldn't
Fae
be
Farm.
a thing in Star Trek now that you mentioned it. Did we talk about that before?
What was that?
That death shouldn't be a thing in Star Trek.
Yeah, because of
the transporter buffer.
Transporter buffer. They all have your DNA. You can just, replicate yourself.
They were
transport a clone of yourself whenever.
Krakoa X-Men before the Krakoa X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We did talk about that.
Didn't that happen to someone, right? Riker got cloned. Right?
Yeah, there's 2 Rikers running around.
Yeah.
It's the last thing.
They didn't mention that in Picard season, the last season of Picard.
There's 2 Rikers.
His brother Thomas.
Yeah.
They
Dream
tried.
Breakers.
One showed up in Deep Space Nine. I do know that. He showed up in Deep Space
Mhm.
Nine.
He was one of the
pretending
Maquis.
to be Riker.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was my key. Oh,
Yeah, he rebelled against Starfleet because he was trapped on that planet for the longest time after that transporter accident, but they never like reinstated him because of Will Riker.
Wow.
He was Will was a commander, and they never promoted this other guy, so they just were like, screw you, I'm going to become a terrorist then.
But the Federation doesn't recognize clones.
Well, he's
Right?
not technically a clone though.
He's not a genetic clone. He wasn't created by genetic
He's
engineering.
Will
Okay.
Riker. He's just
Just with different experiences. Yeah, they tested him and everything. Like he's exactly the same.
See, I'm rewatching DS9 right now. I can't wait to get there. I'm watching season 1 and 2, trying to get to when the commander shaves his head. That's when I know the game changes. Whenever
yeah, that's when it gets real.
When he becomes captain.
yeah. Yep. Sorry,
Yeah, he
Rob.
has my favorite all-time scene as Captain, where he has his little glass of Hennessy, remembering all the scheming and stuff he did to get the what's it called into the war, the
Romulans.
the
Dominion.
Romulans into the war, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'd do it again." All right, computer, erase that shit. That's like one of the best scenes for a captain ever.
I got to keep watching. I white noise it, man, but it's I'm hooked.
War criminal Cisco.
Right?
Oh, he's a man. When he cussed out Picard, when Picard came on there, he was like, "You should remember me from Wolf 359." He was like, "I'm so sorry." He's like, "Shut up." I was like, "Oh God."
When he punched Q in the face. That's what
Punched
he did. He was
Q.
different.
He's like, "Picard never hit me." He was like, "I'm not Picard." I was like, "Ooh, no shit, no shit." All right, Rob.
He's like, I
Continue,
guess
man.
I won't be putting you on trial.
Tosh wanted me to mention Fae Farm. It's another like farming simulator game like Harvest Moon, but she was having issues because it's an indie title coming to the Nintendo Switch, but they're selling it for like $50 to $60, which is pretty close to a full-fledged.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's just because it's going to be a live service. They're going to have some free updates later down the line or something like that to justify the price, but she'll have to figure that out as when it releases. It looks very cartoony. I don't know how they're justifying that unless it's a really, really big game.
Yeah, money grab. God damn.
As for there's really not too much else that was really announced. They showed another trailer for Remnant, but it was pretty close to the other one. What did they show that last year? And then last one. They're another Warhammer game coming out. They're releasing Space Marine 2, another first person or third person shooter.
Oh jeez.
Which was like way over the top and violent for anybody in the Warhammer 40K universe has ever paid attention to that.
Wasn't Cavill supposed to be attached to a project for that?
He's doing the
happened with
series for Amazon, I believe.
Okay. I haven't heard anything since late last year, maybe?
He's still too busy painting all the figures.
That poor guy, man.
And rebuilding his gaming computer again.
He should be a huge star right now, and he just keeps getting screwed over.
Yeah.
It's James Gunn and Dwayne's fault. I'm
thinking it was Dwayne.
Not only that, but he should be writing the Witcher should be in greatness right now because of his involvement, but they did the complete opposite. It's so unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm.
He should be one of the bigger stars right now.
He should have been big star before Black Adam happened. He should have already been there. I'm with Rob on that.
He should have. He really should have. He should have been larger because they left Superman, like we said before, they left that on the counter as spoil. That was just that whole character was ruined because they just didn't do it. They didn't do it right. So
yeah, but that's basically it for the Games Fest right now. I believe Sunday is the Xbox and PC showcases, and then Monday is Capcom and Ubisoft.
Okay.
And then there's some other ones sprinkled here and there, some smaller indie studios and some some hardware releases or previews, but beyond that, it's mostly just that stuff.
Okay. What do we know about? I've seen memes about the new Apple VR, augmented reality stuff that Apple has going on. It costs like $3,500, something like that.
But beyond the price tag and the way it looks, I don't know anything about it. I don't know how they can justify it being that expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that just makes me.
It looks like
full
augmented reality, though, right?
Yeah, I think so. It reminds me of the Sword Art Online. You know what I mean? You're paying $3,500 to plug in and completely detach yourself from reality and just go and do what you want to do. That's just way too. That's crazy. That's crazy. $3,500 to game, and you're still paying at least $40 a game. No, that's
and I saw for that price you can buy both of the new systems, the PlayStation's VR, and a whole bunch of other games for that price.
Oh yeah, and a TV, and a 70-inch TV from Sam's Club. That's crazy. That's just stupid. I also saw they announced they put out the Telltale series for The Expanse. The Expanse game is on pre-order right now, and I kind of want to look into that because I love that whole series. I really want to get into that one, but we'll see, man. Gaming life is tough. Like I told you guys last week, I gamed for the first time since April the other day. And it felt good to sit down and just play video games for, the hour and a half, 2 hours that I had. It was great, except for the fact that I had my sons and one of their friends in the room with me asking me questions the whole time what I was doing because I was playing Horizon Forbidden West. And they're like, what's this? What's that? Why are there dinosaurs? And they would just, it was a good story time. It was a good teaching moment, but I was like, just shut up because I have to go.
Shut up.
Exactly. Just be quiet. But man, all right, games. October's the next one. I mean, with Miles, not Miles, the new Spider-Man 2 coming out in October, I think it's going to be a big hit. And that's about the same time that the first Miles Morales came out with the original PlayStation 5 release. That was roughly in October of, what was that, 20? 20 or 21? Can't remember which one it was.
It was 20, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 4 years, almost to the date, so good shit, man. Good shit. Man, what else you want to touch on, man? Pretty much on freestyle mode. What else you got?
Are we already on freestyle mode?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Well, I have something I grabbed from another podcast, and it's what are your top 3 movie villains? Not just comic, but movies overall. Extra credit if they aren't from a comic book movies. That's not, we watch these things all the time. That should be easy. And there aren't really a lot of good villains in comic book movies, honestly.
No. Oh, I'll go first.
Shoot.
Top 3. Hans Gruber. Voldemort. And oh man, I just had it in my head too. Hans Gruber, Voldemort, and oh my gosh, I just had it. All right, I'm gonna go with. Never mind. Come back to me. You have my top 2. I'll come back because it slipped my mind. It completely flew out of my head.
I was gonna do Hans Gruber too, but I'll skip that one. Kevin Spacey's character from Seven.
Mm-hmm. He was twisted.
That was a great villain.
He was twisted.
That one. Agent Smith. His character in The Matrix was awesome. I really like the way it was acted and how he's basically a virus. And we'll just go easy. I like Jason Voorhees. I'm wearing a Camp Crystal Lake t-shirt right now. It just kind of reminded me. I can't really think that more out of it. Yeah, he's my favorite of the hacker slashers.
Okay. All right, Mike, you got your list?
I got a list. I kind of went superhero, but these are the first things that popped up. I didn't know they were doing a non-superhero type thing.
No, you didn't have to.
Yeah, but one of them isn't. But they can all kind of be looked at. The first person that popped in my mind was Thulsa Doom for the original Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movie. The one that was played by James Earl Jones. Amazing character, amazing. He really believed what he believed. To him, he was a hero. He was saving the world, and he was really good at giving these long speeches, and I just liked it. And I thought he was amazing. Then I got to go with Unicron from the original '84 Transformers movie. He just has some of the best quotes in all movies.
Yes, he did.
Your bargaining posture is highly dubious. What does that even mean? I ain't never heard that before or after, but
up your 10-year-old vocabulary,
right?
Proceed. Unicron definitely went to
right.
college. He majored in philosophy.
He knew how to talk.
He's got that thesaurus open
for real. Or proceed on your way to oblivion. That's a fancy way to say F you. I mean, really, and die.
My favorite one is I'm sorry, when he's almost thinking to himself. I once considered sparing Cybertron. I considered it.
Yeah, for a little bit. I thought about leaving y'all alone, but. That one, and this one was kind of hit me off left field, but Jenny from Forrest Gump, I think that bitch. Yeah.
Oh, that's just a fun.
That dirty hoe. She was Jenny. She strung his ass along for 40 years, however long it was. Got AIDS, had a baby that might not been his, and was ready to get married after she done went out there and just did everything and come back with a disease. The hot shit, right? When it was uncurable.
The original hot girl summer.
Right.
Oh, my God. And she had a hot girl
decades. Right? She had multiple wilding out.
Cross country.
Right. It was
emphasis on the AIDS.
She was wilding out.
AIDS.
Jenny hopping in the cars naked with dudes after she was playing the guitar. And they were walking. She just give me a ride. Where you going? Anywhere. And just hop in the car with a G-string and a jacket and some shoes. She just wild.
Oh, she teased him too. She made him.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't cool. That
was the most original bad guy nomination I've ever heard in my whole life.
There was I'll post it in the either in the chat or in the group, but I saw an article, not an article, but somebody else was talking about this, saying the scene in the mall in Washington D.C. when she came in the water and said Forrest and gave him a hug. Yeah, that was like my favorite part of the whole movie for me. And then after I read it, the guy was like, she didn't do that because she knew him. She did it because she just wanted to steal his thunder. I was like, wait a minute, and it changed my whole outlook on this shit. That's really when I got on my F Jenny. But that's my 3. So.
Oh man! All right. Wow.
Jay, did you give yours?
I think I got my 3. I'm kind of floating between 2 people for one of them, but I think I got it. Of course, Darth Vader. Like who you can't go anywhere without Darth Vader. That's the bull right there. I think I'm gonna do Alonzo from Training Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was on mine.
And my last one's gonna be controversial, but without him, the movie doesn't. I don't think the movie works. The drummer bull from.
Shout out to Andre because he brought that to everyone's attention. Every time I see that movie now, I'm like, right, what you talking about?
From Drumline to
Drumline.
Oh, yeah, Andre hated that dude. Dre hated dude.
The boy chin strap goes under his top lip.
Yeah. I never paid no mind that dude to Dre. Dre hates that.
The ultimate nameless villain.
Right.
That movie does not go forward without him.
Like they started that event and the guy was already grilling him. Like, what's going on?
Like, why you mean mugging him like that?
Yeah, and what's wrong with your hat, man?
Right?
Like,
is it too little?
Extra small hat.
Yeah.
That's why he was mad. They gave him that baby hat.
Like, look at you with your hat that fits, and I got this shit on.
All right, I got a. It's not a movie. It's not a movie villain, but I think it might be the greatest villain of all time. What's her name from Good Times? The
Oh,
mom.
the mom, the one that hit Janet with the iron.
Oh
No,
No,
not
you
the
talking about the
mom.
mom.
No,
The mom, not the Janet
Yeah,
hit the mom.
Wheezy.
She
Not Wheezy.
blocked-
The damn
no,
woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she
Florida
blocked him
Evans.
a couple
Florida
times.
Evans.
Florida
Yeah,
Evans.
you talking about
She's
Florida.
the ultimate villain.
why was she
Every
like that?
time every time that family had to come
Yeah.
up to get out the ghetto,
Called a break. Yeah,
she put the brakes on that until she
started
killed her
guilt
husband
tripping
off.
people.
That boy was all stressed out. He died in the ghetto. Yeah.
Wasn't he like in his late 20s when he played that role, or like early
did.
30s?
Yeah.
He wasn't like,
Yeah, he was nowhere near her age.
Right.
She was like
50, he was like 20.
Oh,
he was old in the 70s, but it was.
Every time they had to come up, she was like,
Now
"Nah."
James. Now
We
James.
gonna
Yeah,
stay right
she
here.
was kind of against the family, even when JJ was painting Black Jesus. That's not Jesus.
Right.
She was just
Right.
she was against everything the family had.
Everything. Every time that family is about
that's
to
how you
come
get
up.
cut out the circle. Like, don't tell your
You
mom,
guys
man.
are
Like,
opening
yeah.
my eyes to a whole new villainy. I
A
never.
whole new level of villainy, right?
They should have just moved, and like when the keys didn't work anymore on the door,
She would have just had to come with him.
Yeah, like we don't live there no more.
We got a mansion in the sky. We with Jeffersons. We with the Jeffersons now.
Were they in the same city?
All
No, Jeffersons were in New York.
No,
Yeah.
Jefferson's was. Yeah,
And
They look like they.
And
Where
where
was
was,
Good Times? They look like
Chicago.
Chicago or something. Yeah.
I was going to say Chicago too.
Yeah, they were in the same projects that the Candyman. Remember Candyman? No,
Oh yeah.
Dead Ass.
That's the same project.
Cabrini
Same
Green or
project.
whatever it's called,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, same place. Same place.
Yeah, it was Chicago. You're right.
Same
Chicago.
Cabrini Green from
Yeah,
Candyman.
As a matter of fact, I got a theory. The drumline dude might be her illegitimate
Get the
son.
fuck out of here. Go sit down somewhere.
Like-
Go sit down.
All right, look, I got three. Jay stole one, but Mark Wahlberg on Fear
Ooh.
when he was dating Homeboy's daughter, he was really bad. Like
Was
bad.
that the one where he punched himself in the chest to get him a bruise?
Yeah, and he fucking led a siege to their house to get the girl out, and like he was just physically overpowering everybody, even the dad. He was throwing the dad around, but the dad, intensity. He just kept coming, and then he threw his ass out of the window. Like, not my daughter. That shit ain't funny no more. Like when I watched it as a kid, like it was like, oh, this movie's cool. Like as a dad, I watched it like a year ago. I'm like, this shit ain't funny. This shit ain't cool. Because I would have beat boy ass with the quicks.
Right.
All right. Like, no, dude. No. The second one, it was Alonzo. Because Denzel was evil in that joint. Framing people for, killing criminals. He was stealing, had guy taking drugs, and like some of the things he said in that movie like were really funny. Like Ethan Hawke was like high. He's like, yeah, drink the beer to give you balance. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then he had another line when they was in the projects and the girl walked by and he's like, all that jelly and no toast. I'm like, Denzel, what the fuck does that mean? Like I get it, you're looking at her ass, but like, what's the toast? So he's number two. And the one guy, Biff from Back to the Future, because he was a maniac.
Oh yeah.
Like, like he was about to rape that poor
Oh, he was
girl,
going in. Biff was going in.
Yeah, and then like you find out he shot George probably because of what happened at the dance, and that was like years later. Like you come back and shoot the guy and attempted rape, and he almost ran Marty off. He almost ran him over in the second one. He was just a maniac. He was a high schooler, so like Biff for sure, like because he scared me when I was younger. Like this is something wrong.
Yeah, we
with
got
that.
those on. We playing for family movie night. About those, we got all three of them recorded on the DVR. That's what we gonna watch one weekend. Not the back.
Dude, Biff was insane. He was insane. The fight that broke out at the that diner when Marty was trying to set his dad up with his mom, he chased him around the goddamn the square in the car. He was driving through like traffic through the grass, trying to run him over, and like it's just wild. He was just gonna smash him into the manure truck and then go home and get ready for the dance. Like he just wasn't thinking. So yeah, Biff and is probably like my number one. There are other ones, but like he's just too much, man. Biff and Mark. I don't know what his name was in that movie, but he was insane. He killed a couple people in there too.
I got my third.
You're talking about Fear reminded me of like two other movies where the villain was somebody obsessed with the main star. Like, did you see The Crush?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Alicia Silverstone. That was the first time I seen it.
Yeah. And what was the De Niro in The Fan with Wesley Snipes?
Oh,
never
that was
seen
spooky.
that. Yeah, never
That
seen
was
that.
terrible.
Yeah, he was pretty intense in that one too.
Yeah. I got my third.
Yeah. Okay.
Kaiser Sose,
That's a good one.
The Usual Suspects.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey. Again. Being creepy. Again.
I used to like Kevin Spacey before the that Superman movie, and I just can't look at him the same way anymore because Lex had the worst plan ever.
Well, at least he came out as a pedophile, so you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Right.
think he's a good person.
Spacey did.
No, he's a real life villain now.
Yeah.
He did. When did this happen?
Damn, Mike, where you?
I don't
been,
watch none
man?
of this shit, man. I read comic books. I don't keep up with their lifetime and what's going on behind the scene. I don't care. I don't say I don't
This
care,
came
but
out-
I don't know.
There's another effect.
This came out during House of Cards. Is that one that came out? Yeah.
Last season, I think.
Oh, you know who his wife was in House of Cards?
Mm-mm.
Jenny.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
it all
And
makes
she
sense
was in
now.
she's in Wonder Woman.
Robin
Jenny
Wright.
was?
You knew that, right? Yeah.
Oh, she was. She was her mom, right?
Was it her aunt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was one of the Amazons.
She was
Yeah.
the. She was the aunt. Yeah, the one that taught her to fight.
She caught a bullet, right? Is that how she died?
I think she did get shot on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else is a good villain? The wife from Ozark.
Oh,
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I never watched Ozark.
You never watched
Yeah.
that? You should watch Ozark.
she
It's
was
good.
twisted. I never.
She
I
was
didn't.
wild.
I didn't finish the first half of the last. I didn't watch any of the last season. But
Yeah, you should watch it. They wrap it up. They
yeah.
wrap it up, and
Okay.
it's not like it's not like a happy like ooh yeah, like it's just like like
Mm.
I like Ozark. I gotta check that out. Wow.
All right, I got one more. And I'm gonna leave it alone. The best golfer in the world, my man Shooter McGavin. That was a villain.
Yeah.
Shooter was one
You
of
eat
the
pieces of shit for
Yeah.
breakfast? No.
Listen to what I say.
If we're-
That was my
If we're
man.
going to talk about like those comedic, I thought about this guy, Principal Rooney on Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like, and it's all for the wrong reasons. He just made me laugh the whole time. I'm giving him credit
Yeah.
for this, but like, talk about obsessed. Like, leave that kid.
Could you
alone.
imagine? I mean, he got bit by a dog.
Yeah.
He had breaking and entering. He did all the rest of this crazy
Got kicked
assault.
in the face. Yeah, he got all
Yeah.
kind of shit happening, really.
Yeah, but my thing was like, what were you going to do if you caught him at home?
But yeah.
Like you had broken an entry. Like clearly somebody knew you were there, but he just had to catch this kid.
Why do you care so
He-
much?
he
His
went
mom
too
and dad
far.
said he can stay home. Who gives a shit?
He was on his ass.
Go take care of the other damn kids. Shit.
Dude, the best part when he thought it was Ferris on the phone, like pretending to be Simone's dad,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and it's really Cameron and his secretary, like Ferris Bueller on line 2, and like just terror came over his face, like holy shit, like I'm talking to the wrong person. Love
Yeah.
Rooney.
And what's my man from they said this man has no dick from Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, was it
Peck.
Was that his name?
Peck
Yeah.
pikes up that dude was a dick. He was an asshole.
Yeah,
The reporter?
I wish he would have came back for the second
Was
one.
he the, was
Like,
he the
really
reporter
good.
or
No,
the,
he worked for the
No, he was,
some downtown place.
environmental,
Yeah, he was saying
like,
they were putting
It's-
something in the air to make it people see ghosts, hallucinogenics or something.
Right. Came in, told him
Walter
to shut
Peck.
down.
Walter
I was
Peck.
never-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
guy
Walter
has no
Peck.
penis.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I had another one right on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. Rooney, it was. You said it. Damn, I forget it. Oh, Mike, I'm surprised you didn't bring up Drago for killing Apollo.
Oh,
Oh.
Like, see,
shit!
y'all went right to the comics and the fiction. Y'all like
I forgot all
didn't
about
go to
that.
the other stuff.
Yeah, because Drago came in. Yeah, he was ass. Yeah, fuck Drago.
He- Yeah, he.
Fuck yeah.
Because Drago was out of order.
Way out of order. That wasn't even a real fight. It was an exhibition.
Right.
Apollo came in to give a show. Drago came out to fight a Cold War. He was serious.
But see, I'll stay by this forever. Like, he did not decide he was going to kill him until he came down with the James Brown and the glitters shit. He's like, "Oh, you came to embarrass me." Like, okay, like, you leaving out here, you getting carried out of here. Like, he's like, I'm killing him now.
Beat the brakes off
Drago.
Apollo. Fuck Drago.
Right?
There's a whole lot of people
slow motion
that
death too
with the
yeah.
disc and the bouncing off the mat type of stuff.
Yes.
And those goddamn reporters, like, he's dying, and they're in there, like, oh, it got the cameras on him. Like, can the ambulance get in?
Hey, man, it was the 80s, man. It was the 80s.
Yeah.
They're all cooked up.
Yeah, I was going to say Drago because, like Apollo's death and Ricky's death in Boys in the Hood, like, you watch it so many times, but you just keep hoping for a different outcome. Like, maybe Ricky will, like, zigzag this time, or maybe like Apollo, like,
oh man, I got a bad story
guys?
about Boys in the Hood.
Can we call
When
the
I was
bad
in
guys
school,
in the red Jetta? Can we call the bad guys in the red Jetta the bad guys from?
Yeah.
Can we label those as?
Yeah, for sure.
That's hood violence. Yeah, that was the ultimate villain.
Yeah, I got this crazy. Well, it's not a crazy story. It's just a funny story from when I was in school and I was in a film class, and we were watching Boys in the Hood, and it was like me and one other black person in the class. So as soon as, like, Ricky's dead, the movie's over, you hear all these sniffles, they turn on the lights, and every white person in the class turns to me and the other black person in the room was like, "Is that really how it is?" Like, it was the yes, it's really like that. Like,
I dodge bullets every day.
I got so much sympathy after that for that class.
That and those little hungry Ethiopian kids. They knew you.
I'm so done with you, Jay.
That was
my god!
And this, I'm telling you, me and that person laugh about it all the time. Whenever we see each other on Facebook, we're like, "Remember that time in film class?"
Oh my god, that's hilarious!
And like everybody, even the teacher was just
that.
like looking at us like, "Are you okay? Did that hit home too hard?"
Y'all the subject matter experts,
like,
right?
Like, Ricky died, right? And we had the rest of the movie kind of like absorb that. But when they did the little the wording underneath Doughboy when he, like, disappeared, they said he was murdered 2 weeks 2 weeks later. Now, did that hurt as much?
Because that didn't hurt that much.
Ain't hurt that much.
It felt like it was too much though. But
we expected Doughboy to die.
Did we?
Yeah.
After all that,
I'm not gonna say I expected, but I wasn't surprised. But I felt like at the same time it was still too much. Like, you really ain't recovered from Ricky dying, but
he was super G. Like, that boy was. He was in a lifestyle.
He wasn't like the other boy, like in what's the other?
No, he wasn't
Minister Society.
Yeah, he wasn't the boy.
Wasn't,
I feel sorry for your mother. He wasn't.
He wasn't O-Dog. No,
he wasn't.
He wasn't O-Dog.
Yeah, he wasn't O-Dog. Yeah, far from it. Yeah.
Jeez.
I thought that was yeah.
Okay. Is that how?
What about Coach Cheese? Coach Cheese is he was another one that hit hard. But Coach Cheeks died.
What was that?
Coolie High.
Coolie High, yeah.
Oh,
but Coach Cheese died.
That
one almost brought a tear to my eye.
Shit.
You show it.
You remembered the name of the movie?
Shit, but I ain't thought about Coach. Fucking you saw me. Damn, pop. Shit, I didn't know.
You said Coolie High. It came right to you. That was fresh in your memory.
Damn.
Right,
that one shaped your childhood.
What about
what about Otis? What about Otis from the Five Heartbeats?
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
That was David Ruffin. David Ruffin and Eddie Kane. Eddie Kane. Y'all combining movies. It's time for y'all to go to bed. Y'all combining damn movies.
Yeah, that was the best improv ever. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Was that not the same movie, Mike? That's not the same movie.
That's a Temptations movie with David Ruffin. And Eddie Kane was the guy from Five Heartbeats. Otis was in the Temptations. Otis Williams. Otis Williams. He was there. Yeah, he's the only living Temptation right now from the original five.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to misspeak, but it was funny, though. Ain't nobody.
But where do you put Wesley in New Jack City? I can't think of his name right now.
Nino?
Just for
Nino
taking
Brown?
it. Yeah,
Oh,
Nino.
Nino Brown,
Well,
yeah.
he's fucking with his homeboy's
He was
girl.
psychotic,
that elevated him to supervillain, man. You ain't supposed to do that to
Right.
your homie
Not
girl.
your homeboy. You gotta have some kind of code.
Some kind of code. Yeah. He was codeless, man.
Jeez. No.
Am I my brother's keeper?
Yes, I am. The Deader Man.
That was some really good bad guys, man. I mean, we pulled a whole lot out.
I got one more that was kind of annoying. It might be forgotten. The guy on Passenger 57.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was.
I can't think of his name. Yeah, he was pretty good.
I don't remember that.
I swear he was in isn't the guy from Highlander? Wasn't he the big
Was that him?
The
Was that
Kurgan?
the same person?
Was that him? No, the one
I'm waving at J Pat's son.
Yeah, he back there acting
Oh,
fool.
I didn't even see him back there.
Yeah, acting goofy.
Duncan's movie. The one he did with
You know, it's funny. I was like,
Connor.
whose kid is that in the background? I was like,
It's the kid in Tasha's picture
Right.
jumped over at your house.
She ain't been on since you messed with that damn picture either. We done messed with that picture. She can't get on. That picture
Yeah,
won't let her ass get on no more.
they need to leave that picture in the attic somewhere because that
You to hide that down the street.
picture gonna come to life.
Supernatural with some salt and burn that
Gotta
motherfucker.
put a dusty blanket over it or something.
Exactly.
Sage, man, sage,
Put a Jumanji board under it.
sage and fire.
Yeah, fire. All fire.
A fire might release it. From the
Right,
picture,
that might be the
so,
key.
Yeah,
You gotta read the instructions
bury
on
the
the back.
cement, leave it in there.
Hell, man. Oh,
Villains make the movie. Though.
Yeah, you gotta have a good villain.
Yeah, definitely.
got to. Marvel learned something. I'm gonna get off that soapbox.
Marvel need to learn a whole bunch of something.
Whole lot of shits. Whole lots. But man,
When's their next movie?
Marvel?
It's the Marvels.
It's
Oh, is that their next movie? Yeah.
shut up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's a
About to
series in
break-
between, but yeah, that's their next movie.
Yeah, I think it's the next movie.
They're gonna break the streak.
No. God. I hope they don't do it with that. Just don't do it. Just because of the fact that J-Pat's gonna just not see a Marvel movie till 2026.
I know, right? I don't have anything against the Marvels, so I might not see it. But
Listen,
I don't plan on seeing it.
the good news is that if you don't see a Marvel movie till 2026, you will get the senior citizens discount whenever you show up.
I might. I have to see when my AARP kick in.
Wait, what's the last MCU
Meals on Wheels or
project
something.
that you've watched?
What is the last MCU movie I watched in the theater?
Did you watch Guardians yet?
Like show or movie?
I haven't watched Guardians yet. It's not because I don't want to watch it. I just haven't had a chance to go see it. So I actually want to see Guardians.
You gotta get on that, man.
I want to see.
Stop
Guardians.
getting on here on your Trump, man, and actually get the facts and stop, going off the top.
That's the best way to do it. If I would have told y'all I ain't see it, y'all wouldn't have known.
No, I was looking at you funny when you said good. You can't use good with that Spider-Man movie. It was really good. Need some more adjectives.
It wasn't a good enough adjective. I have
Agitated.
to. I have to remember that for the next time to trick you. I gotta
yeah,
pull out
tricky.
more adjectives
Yeah.
for you.
You when you admitted that you were playing around, I thought of he's got to stop, man.
The best villain on the podcast.
The last
J-Pat.
movie I saw in the theater was Fast and the Furious.
Jeez.
That's almost an MCU project now.
That's pretty villainous in itself.
Wait, so you went to go see a Fast movie before an MCU movie?
I did.
Man,
That's because
where we are.
Junior likes cars, so he likes those fast movies.
Wait, so did you post? You posted that Transformer one with Fast and the Furious,
Yeah.
even though we're putting all Transformer posts in the spoiler.
I was
post,
like, should this go to Transformers? I was like, because it's not really Transformers though. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm like, he's lucky this is funny here. That's the next logical step, and I think I mentioned that a couple weeks ago.
I want it now. Now that I'm seeing that the more I look at it, I was like, man, I want that.
Yeah, Toretto driving Prime
Right?
or Inside like that.
Dominus Prime?
That's money.
Shut
It's money.
Dominus Prime.
So it'll either be they meet the Transformers or they invent time travel and you have Dom riding a dinosaur.
They got to do the
That would
Transformers.
almost be
And
too
then
much.
The Rock
Yeah.
was in G.I. Joe. Bring the
Yeah.
G.I. Joe's a part of the Transformers universe. That could be a whole big. They're sitting on a gold mine. Three
you might have,
franchises in one.
Well, Tyrese was in both of them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, the stars are aligning. They got to do it.
That's his twin
Toretto
brother.
puts the matrix of leadership in his charger. Oh, tell me y'all wouldn't see that. Tell me y'all wouldn't see that.
Oh man.
No, you want to know what? I'm gonna one up that one. Like he doesn't even put it in the church. He opens it.
Right? He's like,
Toretto over. Yeah.
Open, damn it, open.
No, that won't happen. The Rock
You
and
got
him will
the
fight
touch.
over who.
Oh
who
yeah, the
gets
Rock
to
and Dom
open
got to
that.
fight over it first.
They'll open it together side by side.
While they're opening it, they'll scream family. Family.
I hate you.
Tell me y'all wouldn't watch that.
No, I would.
I would go to see
I would
that in
go
the
see
theater
it.
10 times.
They're already in
They're in
cars,
there.
and when they're not in cars, they're standing around,
Not doing
This
nothing.
Will be robots, and it'll be interaction, and Prime will be talking to Dom about family, how important his people
Right?
are. to him,
Prime is on that
everything,
family stuff too.
Yeah.
Hey,
The,
Jay,
the Transformers with the dinosaurs with the Age of Extinction.
you got.
He was like, I'm gonna protect my family. Yeah.
Prime will get like damaged, and Dom will fix him
Right.
up, like, and they'll talk.
And then
about,
he'll hot rod him
like,
up, put some Nas in him and stuff.
Dude, it writes itself.
Right?
It writes
Well, can we
itself.
stop writing it?
No.
Oh.
I got to set up a meeting with somebody. I got to talk to somebody in Hollywood.
No, I'll show up with you. Mike hating right now.
Right, you are
I
hating,
understand
Mike. You know
this,
you
man.
love it.
Mike,
You know you love
There's
it.
a little smirk on his
Right.
face. Look at
You
it.
fall asleep on this
Little
damn
smirk.
mic when y'all.
man.
One thing you wouldn't fall asleep on is that movie.
Yeah,
That
baby.
movie.
Make that movie with no end credits, and Mike is there.
That's it. Just nothing.
The
Say
one
the
movie-
end.
Look at him thinking about it. Look at him thinking about it. Yeah, he's sold.
I don't need as long as there's no end credits. Marvel has ruined everything. Now you can't leave shit without waiting for end credits. Now.
Right?
It's
You got to
like
watch the end credits. on
everything. It's
now.
like shit.
Wow.
It's the color
They
purple.
only
Why
do
am I
it
waiting for
because
end credits on that shit? Yeah, damn it.
They don't really do it anymore. Their end credits haven't meant anything in a while.
Not for like
Yeah.
4 years, 5 years. So yeah.
What was the last good end credit they had?
When Thanos got the glove, that was the last one that I cared about.
That was Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well I got to do it myself. Yeah.
But hell,
The last one I cared about
What
was
about that?
when they said Adam at the end of Guardians 2.
Yeah, I was about to say Adam Warlock and the one with Thor in the Ragnarok when Thanos' ship showed up.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Well, hell, man.
Yeah.
Good episode, guys.
I'm gonna have to at least have a Chat GPT write up a script for that.
No, I'm with you with that. I think we wrote half the movie.
Yeah, we just wrote half
the
the
rest
movie,
will be
man.
explosions and fighting, and
Right.
you have a fast.
Let's trademark it right now.
Two franchises that make money.
We can't trademark it. It's existing IPs, but we can write it up and send it to them. Like, look, we got gold for y'all,
Transforming Fury.
right?
Man,
Whew.
it writes itself, man.
Sponsored by
It
Thor
just writes
Cakes.
itself.
Right. Whew. And you can have G.I. Joe in there too. That could be the end credit scene.
Oh,
See
shit.
Joe's come in.
Pin it.
Woo.
Pin it. Lose some
Woo.
sleep, man. We'll read it. We'll proof it.
People be like, "What?"
Yeah,
We're going to get out
I
of
would
here,
watch that
man.
movie 1,000 times in the movie theater.
I really would too. I really would too.
We're going to ride off in the sunset on that one, man. I think it's been a great episode. Hopefully you guys do too. J. Pat wrote a script. Mike
Yeah.
Jones exposed me to Jenny being the worst bad guy in movie history.
And if I become rich,
I
rich off this script, I'm just letting y'all know I'm definitely going to change. I'm going to
First of
become
all, I'm getting
super ostentatious.
co-writing. I'm getting co-writing credits.
Oh yeah, you
because
can
I
co-write credits.
brainstormed something
I'll let you get
and
some
found
co-writing
it.
credits on that.
Yep.
Let me get
But I'm
some
definitely
taking
coming in with like one of those like blouses with the frilly arms and like
And pancakes.
Right.
Waffles.
it. Making.
You're not gonna show up in a smoking jacket and a
Right.
pipe.
It gotta be
I
The
need
biggest top hat you've ever seen.
a paisley
I need
smoking
pink.
jacket.
I need pink lemonade Fanta to
Right.
write
Yeah.
this. Making all these
Still
insane
eating
demands.
munchos.
Right. But it'll be
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
crystal cup.
Exactly, with a butler.
Chilled.
Chilled.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Your munchos, sir.
Thank you.
With some Grey Poupon.
Just gently dip it into the poupon.
Yeah, get like 8 bottles.
Right.
Shit, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. It's been a great episode. Thank you guys for jumping on the panel, man. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. We appreciate all your support. And but man, quick shout out to Liv, shout out to Tosh, shout out to Miles. Congratulations, Mr. Morales.
Oh yeah,
Congrats.
definitely.
Yeah.
We want to applaud you on
Congrats.
your newest edition. Shout out to all you guys, man.
Is it a boy or girl? Did you say?
It's a girl.
It's a girl. Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah. Now the fight starts, man. So
Yeah.
now the fight starts.
Fear ain't gonna be a good movie for him anymore
Ever.
either, man.
No more. The game changes.
That shit ain't funny, man.
The game changes. But listen, like I said, we're gonna jump off of here, man. But from Cosmic Lou, Mike Jones, QP the Source, J Pat, Platinum Rob, we all want to, let you guys know to please be kind to all people you meet because you have no idea what battles are fighting. So until we see you guys next time, we're out. I'll holla.
Peace.
Till all are one. Transformers next week.
Till all family are one.
I'm ready.